So one of the questions, or technically two of the questions that I ask everyone, and I know you know what they are because I email them through to you. If would you be happy to share what is the best piece of advice you've ever had?
Um, so I've had loads of advice over the years. I think the one that's really making sense to me now, most of all, is the idea of going narrower. Right? So narrow your focus. I think when you first starting off, it makes sense to just try lots of different things and see what works. And some of that is just to bring some money in. Cash flow is so important, to
Mm-hmm.
try and get as many clients, as much money coming in as possible, but on things that you're genuinely interested in and make sense to you. But because you're learning, you're learning all the time about what you enjoy doing and who you want to work with. But then once you're beyond that starter phase and you're more established, I think you really do need to narrow down. And that's something that I have actually struggled a bit with, because some people only know me for starter week, which is great
Mm-hmm.
because that makes sense and that's easy to understand. The thing that they found harder to understand is the consultancy. Like, what else do you do? We see you kind of face everywhere and we kind of hear about you, or we've heard of Lord Lancaster or whatever, or we think we want to work with you, but we don't know how and whatever. And I haven't really been clear enough on what it is that I offer beyond Startup Week.
Mm-hmm.
So recently I have been trying to clarify that and make it much more succinct. So if you look at my social media profiles now, it's probably still a bit broad, but I do say award-winning, super connected entrepreneurs, intrapreneurs, and investors, right? Because they are the three people
Mm-hmm.
that I'm working with already, and tribes will work with those three people. So entrepreneurs, obvious, people that want to start their own business. Entrepreneurs, people who are in a job at the minute, but they want to learn how to be more entrepreneurial and innovative, or maybe leave their job to start a business.
Mm-hmm.
And the investors, that is a key audience that I do speak to, but I'm not as overt about that. But I
Yeah.
do want to make that more obvious, that investors who are looking for deal flow, they can come to me and I
Got
can
you.
signpost the best businesses to them. So that, I think, narrowing in, again, it's an Americanism at which I heard just the other day. Was it niches? Like niche.
Yeah.
So the Americans say niches. So niches bring riches. That's an Americanism that you can have. So yeah, I think narrowing your focus is a key thing.
I think it's a great
Uh,
show. I think, but that also, plays into your strength because again, that's arguably your superpower that other people don't have is the ability to connect. So I think that makes kind of perfect sense. And then the other question, which I also ask, is that if you were to give advice to your younger self, what would it be?
it probably links to that Seth Godin thing that you mentioned before. Is to I'll say a couple of things. So that is all about picking yourself and not waiting for other people to give you permission to do things, right? Because a lot of the authority of the past is gone now, right? Like, we've all got iPhones, we've all got live streaming capability. We've all, the only thing that's different is your ideas and your willingness and to give it a go, and your perseverance and your creativity. So I think picking yourself, but the phrase "shy Ben's getting out" is so true. I love that phrase. I've always loved it, but again, it really makes so much sense because um, it's true. Other people who, you don't want to be that annoying, obnoxious person that's just always in people's faces, but at the same time, I've definitely in the past been guilty of like holding myself back a little bit and assuming that other people would spot my talent, or just realize that I really wanted to do something and they didn't. And it was only when I actually put myself forward or
Yeah,
said,
yeah,
actually, I want to do this, or um, did it myself, that then they're like, oh, bloody hell, wow, you didn't realize you could do that. So yeah, shy Ben's getting out and pick yourself.